Hello students, welcome to Excel Civils Academy. This is Prudhvidhar, Faculty for Public Administration Optional. In this video, let us understand what is public policy and what are the basis how the policy can be framed. So we can say how the policy is conceptualized. First of all, public policy. Public policy. Public policy means it is a set of decisions, actions, plans made by the government. Why these are made actually? These are made in order to address some issues where the public facing the problem. That could be any problem. That could be environment problem. That could be problem related to unemployment, poverty. Any problem the society generally faces is to be addressed in the form of public policy. You just understand what is public, why we should say the policy is a public policy. Basically, public policy will be regulating such aspects of human beings, having a common concern among the people, common concern. For example, unemployment is a common concern. Environmental issues are the common concerns. Law and order issues are common concerns. All these issues are to be regulated by the state. So that is through public policy. So public policy would cover actions of the government and inactions of the government. The public policy is expressed in the form of laws, rules, schemes, directions, advisories, even in the form of authoritative statements. Okay, so the purpose here is to solve the public issues or for the better regulation of the society or enhancing the welfare of the people. That is what the final objective of the public policy. Then you may get a doubt how these policies are generally conceptualized, how the policy approaches will be generally sorted out. Generally, the process how the approach, method or theme of a given policy is decided, that particular thing is called as policy conceptualization. In a given condition, different policies may be required. Okay, different approaches may be required based on the time, based on the context, based on the objectives, based on the resources. On the basis of that, you will be conceptualizing the policy. You will be deciding what is the right policy to be implemented in the given instance. That particular thing is called as policy conceptualization. Generally, policy conceptualization is done by following three particular models. There are three models of policy conceptualization. One is intuition based approach. Second one is utilitarian approach, and third one is justice approach. Intuition, utilitarian and justice approach. Intuition means it is a policy to be made on the basis of the gut feeling of the person. If the person feels a policy is right, according to his own intuition, according to his own belief system, according to his experience, the person is able to take the decision regarding the policy. That is called as intuition based approach. Okay, generally the person's morality, the person's ethics, the person's past knowledge about the situation will be guiding the person to take the decision. That is called as intuition. For example, you can take the example of demonetization. Okay, the intuition of the government was, if we are able to withdraw the high denomination notes from the market, that will be able to address the question of fake notice, counterfeit currency, and checking the activities of the terrorism and insurgency in the country. That is what called as intuition. It is a gut feeling. But when this particular approach is followed, this approach is followed when the time constraint is there, resource constraint is there, when there is no scope for better consultation and analysis. In that consent, in that situation, the intuition based approach is the better approach. Whereas you can take utilitarian approach. Generally, intuition approach has been promoted by Aristotle and Plato and other philosophers. Okay, basically this approach follows ethical approach. Okay, ethics means the value system about the right conduct and right approach of the person. So that is what called as intuition. But however, the intuition based approach has a limitation where this may be leading to the person to take the decisions in a biased manner. There is a chance of subjectivity in policy making. So that is what intuition, right? So coming to the utilitarian approach. Generally, the utilitarian approach is generally taken the source from Bentham's approach. Jeremy Bentham, who proposed the utilitarian philosophy. What is utilitarian philosophy? Promoting collective happiness. Okay, so in other words, maximum benefit to maximum number of people. Increasing net happiness as an outcome of the policy. That is what called as utilitarian philosophy. Okay, because in the society, any policy will be having some sort of spillover effects. These spillover effects, according to this policy, must be positive for the maximum number of people. You take majority of the policies are being generally implemented through utilitarian approach. For example, a road construction, railway construction, in that process, the land may be acquired by the government. So the minority people, the microscopic minority people may be affected, but resulting in better facilities for the majority population. Okay, you take anything, you take even Aadhaar. Okay, Aadhaar, yes, it may be compromising the privacy. Okay, but at the same time, it is able to bring maximum benefit for the government in terms of efficiency, in terms of better targeting of the beneficiaries and better governance. Okay, so that's why utilitarian principle will be leading to a situation where majority people will be made happy with the government policy. Okay, but what is the problem here? That may be leading to unhappiness to small sections of population. You will be considering the advantage given to majority people. Okay, that is what utilitarian principle. But there is a limitation. What is the limitation? There is a problem in quantifying the majority happiness and the minority happiness. There is a chance that the subjectivity of the policy maker may be in such a way that he may portray the majority people are happy because of the policy that is undertaken by the government. For example, Musi rejuvenation project, for example. In this project, what is the principle involved here? Utilitarian principle. But the real impact of the policy is quite uncertain. That may be leading to contesting claims whether it has benefited majority or not. Okay, that is what utilitarian principle. Coming to the justice principle. Justice principle is very, very important principle, especially in the societies like India, where there is a huge number of poor and vulnerable sections which are waiting for the government support for their upliftment socially, economically and politically. That's why in order to address that particular issue, we are generally following John Rawls approach, that is Rawls theory of justice. He says, if anyone has to cause anything better to the poor people, has to bear the wheel of ignorance. Wheel of ignorance. So wheel of ignorance means a person will be having no knowledge about his current status in the society, and he must be able to take such policies which may be able to cause better thing for everybody. So the policies must be able to promote fairness and non-partisanship. That is possible only when a person is wearing the wheel of ignorance and making the policy. So that's how the Rawls theory of justice will be promoting distributive justice. So it means the policy will be fair for both rich people and poor people. For example, you take PDS, Public Distribution System. You take, that is National Food Security Act. You take reservation policy. These are all followed by means of John Rawls' theory of justice, even land reforms. Because of this thing, what will happen? The poor people will be at the most beneficial side. For example, this policy making majority people happy, the way we have seen in the case of utilitarian theory or utilitarian justice. But here the minority people will be feeling unaffected either positively or negatively. Okay, for example, the free bus scheme for the women may not be causing harm to the men, but it may not be causing good also to the men. Okay, so that is what is a justice based approach. You take reservation, you take public distribution system. For example, if the poor people are getting subsidized food grains, that may not be impacting the rich people in a negative sense immediately. So that will not be invoking neither positive reaction nor negative reaction. This is what called as policy conceptualization. Okay, so based on the conditions of the society, based on the time availability, based on the resource availability, the policy makers may be choosing between intuition based approach, utilitarian approach, as well as justice based approach. If you have any queries, please contact Excel Civils Academy regarding the admissions for public administration optional. Thank you.